freaking kids. You know, they don't know what they got, you know? They got everything I didn't have, you know? Back in the day, we didn't have parks, you know, we had a vacant lot that had a, you know, staircase going up, and you play football, something. You play curb ball against the curb. You don't know about curb ball. You know what this was? Kids don't know what this is. This is an abandoned roller rink. That's what this is. You just went in circles. This is where Western Skateland started. You know, back in my day, we didn't have trick or treat. It was just all tricks. You know, all tricks. You know, back in my day, you know, we knew that calling it a baseball diamond was ironic. We didn't have basketball hoops either. You know, we had a wire hanger. We hung it up at the end of the hallway and played knockout with a bunch of rolled up, bunched up tube socks. Back in my day, you know, the treehouse, you were allowed to say no women. You know, no girls allowed. Back in my day. Changing high school, of course. You know, back in my day, we didn't have, you know, the fancy schools, the fancy new schools, the rich schools and things like that. You know what we had? Yeah, we had the black school. That's where I went. You know, back in my day, we didn't ride the school bus. We rode the skull bus. And it didn't take you to school either. It took you to hell. Freaking Reagan. We had to fix, you know, our own stuff. We had to fix our own tiles. You know, the own floors. There was no replacing new ones. We had to hammer our own nails. We had to paint our own decks. You know, kids don't do that anymore. Get child services called or something. Child labor, you know. We didn't just throw our clothes away either, you know. We wore it and then we passed it on to somebody else. You know, it's a crying shame. People, you know, there are people who don't have clothes in Africa. You know, look at these perfectly good clothes thrown away. You know, if there's a rip, you sew it. You knew how to sew when you was a kid because you know, if you showed up to school with holes in your socks or holes, you know, in your armpits or your crotch, you know, it was over for you. You know, you're a laughing stock of the whole school. You know, back in my day, you know, we had pictures of our niece, you know, and we put it in our wallets. You know, that's what we did. You know, back, you know, this was my house. You know, the siding was made out of roof. The roof was made out of a barn, and the front porch was made out of the side paneling that you had to have on the inside of your house, but it was on the outside. You know, that was my house. You know, back in my day, Peter Parker was with Betty Brant. You know, back in my day, kids would have to walk on balance beams. You ever think about that? Back in my day, you didn't have fancy handlebars, okay? Your handlebars was loose, always. If I saw these dogs, you know, on a leash, they became my dogs, you know? And I'd take them up at the top of my roof and sell them for penny candy. Back in my day, you know, we started graffiti. We started it, but we didn't have spray paint cans. We had the paint that was left over in my dad's garage. You know, back in my day, we didn't have satellite television. We had 3 channels. We had CBS, Nickelodeon, Fox 17, and MTV. Back in my day, you know, we didn't have road construction. We had road deconstruction. You know, back in my day, it was all vinyl. You want to listen to something? It was Peter Frampton on the hi-fi, okay? And it was perfectly normal to have a taxidermy pet.